Long before computers, a wooden cabinet fooled Europe. One question haunted the room: can a machine think? Vienna's salons were not just parties, they were arenas where ideas fought for survival. Enter Wolfgang von Kempelen, Hungarian-born, court engineer, calm eyes, precise hands. He walks in with plans, not poetry. To him, every mystery is a mechanism. A cabinet rolls in like a relic. People lean closer, already arguing, already guessing. On top sits the Turk. But the promise is bigger, a machine that plays chess. Candlelight catches faces, wonder, fear, suspicion. Disbelief isn't protection here, it's bait. A rigid hand hovers over the board. Silence tightens. Then the machine moves. The opponent freezes. The crowd exhales. A whisper spreads. It understands. But why would a serious engineer risk everything for a parlor miracle? That's the real story. The cabinet travels by carriage. Rain taps glass. Curiosity follows like a storm. Pamphlets multiply. The same question returns. Where is the mind hiding? Fingers probe seams and latches, because miracles always leave clues. Doors swing open, compartments appear, and still no obvious answer. The emptiness is the performance. It convinces you there's nowhere for a human to hide. Inside, levers, linkages, perfect joinery. Craft so clean it feels like proof. Kempelen watches quietly, like an author hearing strangers interpret his book. A half smile, not pride, relief. The illusion holds, for now. Here's what most people miss. Kempelen wasn't just an inventor. He served an empire. When Bratislava Castle needed water, he designed pumps, real engineering, not theater. That's the twist. The same man who staged a chess mind built systems that kept cities alive. So the Turk wasn't his identity. It was a spark, thrown into a room to see what ignites. And what ignites is an idea. If a machine can mimic intelligence, what is intelligence made of? Kempelen turns from chess to speech, because voice is the miracle people confuse with soul. On his bench, bellows, tubes, reeds. He tries to build a throat from wood and air. The bellows become lungs, air becomes material, a mechanical breath waiting for shape. He sketches tongues and mouths, not to draw a face, just to map sound. Resonators line up like organs. None of them talk. They sculpt airflow into meaning. People gather to listen, tense, like they're about to hear metal speak. A simple mouthpiece sits there, like a key to a locked human secret. Night after night, he adjusts tiny parts by lamplight. Patient, stubborn, chasing one clear syllable. Chess on one side, speech on the other. Two miracles, one question. He drafts like an anatomist, except his body is wood grain, valves and reeds. The lesson becomes brutal and simple. Voice is a system, timing, pressure, resonance. Brass gears fade into abstract pathways because logic is structure, whether brass or thought. A single eye reflects a chessboard, and you realize the audience might be the real machine. The salon debates sharpen genius, fraud, art, or a warning about pride. Two faces say everything. One wants to believe, one wants to catch him. Letters are sealed, rumors travel. The Turk becomes famous before viral had a name. A hand moves a pawn, one square, simple. And suddenly the room believes in intention. Tools appear near the cabinet. Curiosity turns forensic. After the show, the cabinet stands alone. The loudest magic is often silent wood. In archives, books sleep like fossils of thought, waiting to be reawakened. The Turk becomes a symbol, not of a robot, but of our hunger to be fooled. Brass dissolves into a clean grid, like the 18th century, sketching the skeleton of computation. On the desk, everything aligns, measure, repeat, refine. This is how invention survives hype. A hidden seam, a sliding panel. Truth lives in millimeters, not myths. The speech machine sits like an instrument. It cannot play itself until a human becomes its breath. Anatomy meets metal. Science leaning towards something almost emotional. Vienna at night, lanterns, mist, wet stone. An empire dreaming under its own weight. Hands assemble parts carefully. One wrong tolerance destroys the illusion and the story. Chessboard and gears overlap in the mind. Strategy and mechanism, both pretending to be choice. The fear changes shape, not fear of the Turk, fear of what it reveals about us. The face is uncanny, not alive, yet it wins where people expect a soul. Diagrams pile up, cross-sections, compartments, the obsession to see inside and steal the power. A wax seal closes the envelope. Once knowledge exists, it spreads, whether you want it to or not. In the archive, Kempelen's world becomes paper, proof that the true machine is memory. The king falls, not alive, never alive, but the meaning lands. Checkmate is a human agreement. Kempelen again, engineer, civil servant, illusionist, remembered for the hoax, built from real work. Focus shifts to the cabinet. The king lies silent. And the final truth hits. The first AI wasn't a brain. It was a mirror.